Hey guys, following the video of my Hyprland Dots version 2 that I recently uploaded, I would like then to show you how to install it on Arch Linux. In my case, I'm just gonna boot or show you how to install it on a VM. The process will be same when you are installing it on a real hardware. Now I know that most of the time, or my previous videos, I am installing it on my laptop. However, I know that my script works because it's the same script that I've been also using when I need to reinstall. So please bear with me on that one. Okay, now we boot up. If you already have an existing Hyprland, you don't need to create another one from the scratch. You can use my script from the just launch or download the install script and install it from there. But for this, I will not make it complicated. I'll just use the archinstall. And of course, set up the way you want. I just keep it in English. Mirrors, choose the mirror which is closest to you. In my case, I'm in South Korea, so I'll use South Korea mirror. This configuration, I'm just gonna use the best effort. I'm not gonna make it too complicated here. PTRFS, yes, yes. This encryption, I'm not gonna put a encryption. You can put the way you want. Bootloader, I don't know, but I always use grub and I feel comfortable with grub, to be honest. You can use systemd, of course. However, if you are on a dual boot, then systemd boot doesn't work as of this recording. You still need to add in the UUID. The link will be on the description. I made a dual boot video about it. Swap, don't be confused, this is not a swap partition, this is only a ZRAM. Hostname, you can put it the way what you want. I'm just gonna put here Arch Hyprland. Root password, I will not activate now, but the user that you will be adding should be on a sudo group or sudoer. Profile, this one, please do not install. If you're starting from scratch, do not install the desktop environment or the pre-installed one. The reason being is that I'll show you now. The Arch Linux dev or maintainer, they've been too lazy, I believe. And as you can see in here, it's still on version 30 and it's really out of date. It's been what, almost a month since they haven't updated. And I know Hyprland, they have now, Baxri, he already issued I think version 0.32. But my script, I downloaded using, or it will download the Hyprland Git or the Hyprland nvidia Git, depending on depending you choose. So I'm just gonna install a minimal here. Audio server, I always recommend Pipewire, because then later on Pipewire you need for screen sharing. Kernels, now be careful with this, because especially if you have a nvidia, the nvidia in order for nvidia to really work properly, it will also download the Linux headers. Now the archinstall, it's only, I believe, allocating like 550 megabytes, and if you have a lot of the kernels in there, it will fill up your boot partition and then you cannot install. So only one at a time. And this one, I'm just gonna use let's try the harden this time. Additional packages, of course, you need a Git and then you need also a editor. You can use Vim or Nano. I'm just normally use the Vim or Nano, so in case if one goes wrong, I still have the other one. Network manager, I can't really recommend much more anything other than network manager. It's just much easier. Time zone, you can keep it at UTC if you want, but I'll just create a, sorry, yeah, I just add in my time zone. Automatic time, I just leave it through. Optional repositories, if you are building it for gaming in mind, then I suggest you enable the multi-lib. Now we can change the one, and after that you can just safely install. Now depending on your system, depending also on your internet speed, this may take a while. Could be 10-15 minutes, could be 5 minutes, so just be patient and leave it the system or the archinstall to install. I'm just gonna fast forward the video and I will skip when the time that we have to reboot. Alright, if you want to chroot, of course you want to chroot, but this time I'm just gonna say no and then reboot the system. Alright, so it booted. Then of course just log in as normal. Do not log in as root because I designed my script not to run as root. Now before we proceed, I would always prefer to edit the pacman.cnf just to activate the parallel downloads, and of course color, verbose package list, parallel downloads, I'll just keep it as 5. And then of course I love candy. I love candy is the pacman eating during the progress bar. And then after that we just need to synchronize the repo. Okay, then we can clone my script. Git clone https github.com capital J A capital K capital L I T Arch-Hyprland. Now before you proceed in here, I just want to show you something. So normally, if you have been following my channel, you know that I wrote in here the Hyprland v4, v3, v2, all these kind of things. I decided to stop that because then what I'm gonna do now is I have only a one repo, and then I'm just gonna issue a releases here in which you will see the changes I made. Now these are my previous, the Arch-Hyprland, these are my previous. If you download here, it will download the previous releases, because on this script now, I'll mention here, this repo does not contain a Hyprland Dots, because during the installation, if you opt to copy the Hyprland Dots, it will download from a centralized repo. And then of course here for the nvidia owners, just make sure to edit the nvidia.sh in case you require a different drivers. And pretty much here I have added what it needs to be run. Okay. And then after that, need to chmod, make executable of course need to change directory first, and then make the install.sh executable. Then after that we can run with a forward .install.sh, and then go through this one by one. Do not skip. I mean, I highlight in there. So attention, run a full system update and reboot first, especially if you have a big update. That's highly recommended because you will experience a lot of issues later down the road during installation, also startup. And then of course select which AUR helper you want. I always been a Paru fan. However, I observed that Paru again hasn't been updated for I think a very long time. Let me just search in there. Paru, see here November, and then if we go to the project page, or here, if we go to their project page, there was, see, it's almost a year already since last release. So that is why I don't use now Paru. I've always been a Paru user. This time I'm just gonna use, let's check the EA. When was the last? So see here, see, last updated. So it's been really active. It's just too bad that only September, only a few months old. It's just too bad that the dev for Paru, he got lazy, or maybe he's been busy, or maybe there's no real update. Anyway, let me know in the comment. I don't have any nvidia GPU now because this is a VM. I'm just gonna say no. GTK themes, this is of course required for dark light function. I'm just gonna say yes. Bluetooth, of course, if you want to configure your Bluetooth, then please say no. I'm on a VM, so I'm just gonna say no. And of course, tuner file manager. I've always liked a tuner file manager, and that's how I wanted. Asus ROG laptops. Now I just want to clarify in this. This is only for ROG laptops because I've seen one video YouTuber. He mentioned he thought that this will give support to, let's say, Asus motherboard. Like for example, there's an RGB that it will install OpenRGB. No. The Asus ROG laptops that I'm here only offering, it will only install the Asus CTL and the Super GFX-D. So if you don't have any Asus ROG laptops, then please say no here. SDDM. Sometimes this SDDM works okay or not, but on my systems I don't use SDDM, to be honest. And no, there's only one SDDM, which is the Arch, like my testing laptop. But it's highly recommended to just log in. And also, by the way, if you are installing this, let's say on a GNOME, and then you already have the GDM login manager, I highly suggest not to install the SDDM. The GDM works really fine with Hyprland. Actually, it's even better than SDDM. Of course, the GDM, it's only, I mean, it's kind of lame. However, the GDM works really well in my opinion. But of course, it's up to you. It's your system. It's only my recommendation. And I'm gonna install, of course, the SDDM here for the purpose of this video. Install the XEG Desktop Portal Hyprland. It's recommended for proper screen. Again, I saw this one tuber, he don't know about this XEG portal, so that is why I put in here. I edited the script to make it like more understandable. What the heck is the XEG Desktop Portal Hyprland? Since I'm on a VM, I'm gonna say no in here. What the heck? I'm just gonna put yes. Then of course CHS or ZSH and oh my CHS. If you have a ZHS and oh my ZHS already installed, please say no in here because the script will just fail. Or ZHS and oh my ZHS will not install, because I could also of course just make the script to delete the .oh my CHS on your home folder or create a backup. but I don't want to do that because you already like tested it. Anyway, I'm just gonna say yes in here, and then of course the dot files. If you don't want to copy my dot files, then you can say no. I'm not gonna force you to use my dot files, but for this video, of course, I would download, because it's the purpose of this video to download now the Hyprland Dots version 2. Now again, depending on your internet speed, from time to time it will ask you your password. It will ask you yes or no in here, especially the SDDM. If you opt for the SDDM, the script will detect the SDDM. If you have SDDM installed on your system, you need to manually intervene. You need to make sure that you have let me rephrase. The script will require you to ask if it detects that there's an SDDM installed on your system already. It will ask you if you want to remove or not, because by design, my script, it will download the SDDM-kit. Again, you will see in here also some errors. If there are errors, my script is designed to create a log file, which I'm gonna show you that later on before we reboot. So anyway, I'll just fast forward the video and then I will just unpost it, or I will just show you whenever there was a question. So the first thing that you would be asked or required to ask is the SDDM theme. If you opt to install the SDDM, I'm just gonna choose yes in here, and I'm gonna install the Tokyo Night. And then that's just about it, I believe. No, the next question will be the oh my ZHS. Just to reconfirm you again, I would like to mention that if you have a ZHS and oh my ZHS already installed, please say no on that one. Also here, if you opt to install the HDD desktop portal Hyprland, it will ask you to reconfirm if you want to remove the XDG desktop portal WLR or GNOME, for example, I believe. See here, the oh my ZHS. Again, if you have, don't have. And then the next question would be I believe the keyboard layout. Yes, it will ask you if it's correct or no. If it's not correct, then of course type in the correct keyboard layout. And then after that, you can restart. But for now, I'm just gonna say no in here because I would like to show you that in this Arch-Hyprland folder, it will create a install log. So you can see in there, it creates a install log. So in case you have issues or problems, then I would need to have a look at these logs, because it will show in there if there was an error during the installation. Okay, so I'm just gonna exit, and then actually you can just reboot first. It's highly recommended. So I'm just gonna reboot now to log into the Hyprland. Now I'm not gonna go in depth with the Hyprland now because I just recently created the Hyprland Dots version 2, and that's the purpose of it, so I don't have to keep re-explaining. So once it booted, then that's just about it. This is the Tokyo theme for the SDDM. The other one, Capuchin theme, will be of course different. Perfect. Now you have the waybar there, and then also the Also a wallpaper. Great. And I believe if you click this one, then it should automatically change over the GTK themes. Let's say tuner. It's on a VM, that's why it's too slow. See here, it will automatically install, or if you opt for the GTK themes, of course, it will automatically choose the dark and light themes, and also it will implement the icons. All right, and that's just about it. So just bear in mind, I am using now a Hyprland. So same, the Hyprland Dots which I show you, same here what I'm using. Okay, so I hope you got the point. If you have any questions, let me know on the comments. If you have any concerns or so on, you can open a GitHub issue. But then I would highly request you to join my Discord server. Now I will put the link of my Hyprland Dots overview, or when my previous videos. Wait, just gonna YouTube search first, and my recent video I put it here, or I discussed just very recently here, my Hyprland version 2. Now hey guys, I went through here. Welcome back to my channel. I went through here and I explained what you expect on my Hyprland Dots. Then after that, I also have the other one which I went in depth of my Hyprland Dots. Again, I'm gonna put all the links on both of these. All right. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any question, just let me know. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And then my next video would be the Fedora Minimal using the Fedora everything. Alright guys, I see you in the next video. Take good care now and see you later. Bye.